Thank you for clicking play. In this video we're looking at Slievenamon in County Tipperary. This guide will show you really quickly what to expect if you're planning to hike Slievenamon. It's about 720 odd metres in height, but it's quite steep. It's really easy to find the trail all the way up, but it's pretty steep. There is parking, but we actually had to park in Kilcash because the parking was full by the time we got there. It's only about a 10-minute walk from the parking area. It's pretty obvious. You just walk out of Kilcash up the hill, you'll see this sign here, turn left, and again follow that road, and about 2 or 3 minutes from there you'll be up at the parking area. And when you get to the parking area, you'll see then there is a trail that goes off up here to the left, and you follow that trail all the way up, and once again there's a sign. So I'd have to say, as hikes go, this is a really simple one to find. At the start there is loose rock on this road. Again, like a lot of these hikes, I'd say it's not much fun during the winter, so you definitely want comfortable footwear, and hiking boots are definitely necessary. So you'll come to this gate. We made a mistake, we went to the right first of all. You don't want to go right, you want to go left. Look for the silver gate here, and it's pretty obvious that we made a mistake. We found out pretty quickly. Walk through that silver gate, which is on our left, and start following a really obvious trail all the way up. You cannot go wrong with this, so there's no need for maps or anything like that. Just follow the trail, and it's a pretty busy hike as well, so there'll be a lot of people. But again, like we're saying, really good footwear is actually essential on this, especially considering this was a dry day. But I'd say during the winter, like what we said, I would imagine this gets quite mucky, and it's really steep. So it's one of those hikes that I definitely found we were taking lots of breaks, looking around. It's nice to stop and look at the view, but the reason we were stopping was it is actually quite a steep gradient all the way up. But you know, if you had a moderate level of fitness, you'll make it no problem. As we were getting up, I could always see a bit of a summit, but sometimes you see summits on these kind of hikes and you get to the summit and guess what, there's another summit way further off. But on this one it actually wasn't too far. So again, like we were saying, this area is quite steep at the start, but you get some really nice views when you're looking down. Great views across to the Knockmealdown Mountains, and you can see as we get to the top then we'll have views of the Galties as well. One thing I'd say about when you're going down along this area, you definitely want grippy footwear, because some of it's steep, and that's where that's going to be really useful when you're descending. So there is a small little cairn at the start, but that's not quite where you need to be. You want to continue on, and it's really obvious once you get to those cairns on the top of the first, how would you say, fall summit. You can see off in the distance then there's the proper large cairn, and that's where you want to head. And on the day we were there, actually it was quite busy, lots of people around, and there's a trig point there as well. And once you get up there then, actually one thing I really noticed on this, standing at the trig point, maybe it was just the weather on the day, there was absolutely no wind. It's not like some of the other hikes that we've been on. It was really nice and calm at the top. You weren't getting cut out with the wind. And like we're saying to you, you get some spectacular views over to Knockmealdowns, and further up to the right here then, you also see the Galties then as well. It's a pretty flat summit at the top, so it's hard to get a kind of, I suppose, a vertical sort of sensation of how high you are. But one thing I did find, actually, when you look further up north from the summit, you can see some of the, there's a wind farm that's up in just south of Laois, and see the view moving down here. It would probably take you about an hour to drive what I've just covered on the camera up as far as the Galties here. So you actually do get a good scope of what you can see, and then down into the Knockmealdowns further south as well. So there is really good views from it, but it's just quite a flat summit at the top. In terms of time getting up, I guess you should be up there in about maybe an hour and a half. So I reckon up and down maybe in something like 3 hours, something like that. And like you're saying, it's pretty steep going down, so you want good footwear just to make sure you don't slip on the rocks that are on the roadway on the way down. Anyway, hopefully it's been useful. If you're watching on YouTube, please do subscribe, or if you're on Instagram, please do like and follow. And thanks a million for taking time to watch.